Hi there, Dr. Vicki Lemper here with the Shift Happens channel. Today, we are going to talk about basically rejection, or you're not seeing any movement on the outside. Of course, we're always talking about the three main subjects, and it's wealth, health, and love or relationships, right? And a specific person can include anyone that you're having so-called trouble with, or you're trying to improve your relationship with them, and that could be a coworker, a sibling, uh, family member, and always the romantic one. And that's what this community is often dealing with. And so let's talk about that. And again, it could be a friendship. So often we get really worked up about rejection, and it does not feel good, right? I've had several clients come to me and go, "Gosh, there's no movement. I feel like I'm getting rejected," right? And maybe they are being rejected, verbally, or whether it's no contact, or maybe there's a message, like a communication that said, "I don't want to see you anymore." Or at work, they're like, "We don't want you a part of our group anymore." Whatever it is, it doesn't feel good, right? And it also is mind boggling because we often look at that and go, "Well, they did this, they said this," and we start over analyzing the 3D. And that can take us down a road of creating some really negative stories, right? And we gain momentum and we don't even realize that we're talking against ourselves, even though we're like pinpointing it on them, like, "Well, they said this and they did this. Therefore, oh my gosh, I am hurt." And again, this is the cause, this is the effect. And that's a tough thing to swallow at times. But that is exactly one key component that I want you to truly, truly sit with is honesty, because you have to be honest with yourself. And this is what I'm going to push you to do, whether you're doing coaching with me or watching my videos. And sometimes that truth is hard to swallow because you're like, "I never rejected myself. They are the ones that did it. But when you get quiet and you really, you can do this even when you're feeling that emotion, right? And the more you allow yourself to feel that emotion, the less intense and frequent it is. So I will always tell you, feel that emotion, feel that negative emotion, like, pity me. "Oh gosh, they don't want me in their group. Oh gosh, I'm feeling rejected. Why? What's so wrong with me?" And that doesn't feel good, but feel it, right? And when you get in the practice and the habit of feeling those emotions and then accepting the circumstances just the way they are, they're like, "All right, that happened. It didn't feel good. Now, let's go back to who we are." Now, in general, who you are is the creator. I and I'm not even talking about, "Oh, I am confident. I am the this person. I'm desirable," and all these different things that you want your SP, or whatever it is, to see you as. I'm talking the deep down creator. In general, you create every ounce of what goes on out here. So then you have to stop and go, "Who am I? I am the creator. What are my thoughts? What is my belief system around me? Not around any places, people, or things, not the circumstances. What is true about me?" Okay, so let's say SP rejected you, or it could be the romantic, it could be the friendship. I don't care. It could be a coworker. Doesn't matter. Your feelings were hurt. Feel them, and then get really super quiet and super, super honest. If you need to, you can write it out and be like, "Okay, this is the situation that happened. What am I feeling? I'm feeling rejected. Okay, now what are you rejecting?" And then you just tell yourself, "Okay, if I'm feeling rejected, it came from me. So I rejected myself." That's where you start exploring, what is it? What do I need to give myself to not feel rejected? Because all of these people, all of these things are playing their part. You are the writer, director, author, everything of your movie. right? And that's a hard reality when I say, okay, so how did you reject yourself? How are you doing it within yourself? Because you have that much power to create exactly what you want. And so often we're like, well, I would never create rejection. That's the opposite of what I want. Well, okay, so let's go with the opposite. What do you want? And now give that to yourself. This is the process. And this is the process of getting to yourself. The self is your God self. You are one with source, God, universal intelligence, whatever you refer to it as. And that is exactly what Nevillegoddard is trying to tell you. Everyone in Law of Assumption, we think that getting the things is going to make us feel better. It always brings us back to self. Even when things are going really well, it goes back to self. And so you have to really get quiet, get honest, and say, okay, I rejected myself in this area. Now I'm going to soothe myself and give it to myself. How do you do that? That's when really you affirm in that moment and go, you know what? I belong. I'm okay. Even if you just start with, I'm okay, because earlier you said, why are they rejecting me? Why would they do that? Exactly. Why would they? Because they're following your creation. So you need to, and you were fighting for yourself right there. You're like, why would they do that? I can't believe they did that. Yeah. Well, you are fighting for yourself. So go back to that and say, why would they? And immediately the good things rise up to your consciousness. You're like, I'm a I'm a friendly person. I'm nice. I'm loving. I'm whatever. All these beautiful things come up. And that's when you need to affirm and be like, it's okay. It's okay. I am okay. I am getting back to my God self. I am the creator in myself. And it's a process. All of this is a process. This whole manifesting journey is always to get back to your God self, that self love, that self worth, right? And so at some point, you're going to appreciate that friend or the coworker or the romantic person to so called reject you, right? Even though we know it was you rejecting you, right? Because then the minute you start to get really super honest and give yourself what you are desiring or needing from that person or that place or thing, whatever it is, then all of a sudden you are standing in more confidence, and ultimately you want to get to that calm, peaceful, loving, appreciative state to allow things to come to you. Because when you're fighting, you're like, they rejected me. They did this. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to respond this way. Da 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 da. That's not calm. When you are honest with yourself, you feel it in your body. And that body is a lie detector. It will show you, you're not as in a calm state as what you think you are. And it's because you're creating these storylines and that rejection all within yourself. And then when you really accept it and accept yourself as the powerful creator, God self that you are one with source works through you as you. I know that all in itself is pretty blowing, right? It's like, whoa, what? But that's the practice. That's the manifesting, is that imagination within yourself and getting back to your God self. It's not about the SP. It's not about the house, the car, the money, the promotion, all of that. Those are nice things, and you can absolutely have those things. But when we say it begins and ends with you, it's that trusting in the God that is within you, right? In the God. That sounds funny, but I don't think I really meant to say that. But, it is accepting yourself as that brilliant, beautiful person that is your God self. It is a journey. If you need help with that, you can go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. Go ahead and like, share, and comment if this really resonates with you. It helps to build community, helps to get my message out, because truly, I'm doing this for you just to love yourself even more, right? And to continue that path of self-worth, that self-concept of really truly loving yourself. All right, until next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.